Alright, we finally have the release of the brand new Wanderer THONAR, and I'm really excited for this unit because she's going to do something and does something in the game that I've wanted for quite some time, and that is to make the Skull and Hardy Demonic Beast battle a whole lot easier. Don't get me wrong, I haven't tried her out anything like that, but from what everyone else is saying, she is definitely a good unit to pick up. First glance at the banner here though, it is god awful. I mean, other than the actual THONAR herself, if you can get a couple dupes in the Brawler Barn, by all means, there'd be some good summons. Let's actually have a look and see how our barn's sitting at the moment, because I know I definitely pulled a couple dupes from Okay, so we only need one more copy of Barn, and on that, I do believe everyone else in the banner is 6/6, so let's have a look here. Definitely got the Death Pierce, Nanashi. I might need dupes actually in the original THONAR, and definitely some in the Blue Lost Vein, but other than that, kind of just summoning for it. I of course would like some dupes in order to kind of help her out. She's definitely, you need your high ult levels, or it's not necessary, but they do help out in that kind of content. Any kind of advantage you get is 100% going to be valuable in the Demonic Beast battles, but starting off with an SSR, it has been, actually I don't think we have ever had a one and done on the channel here. My luck in this game is absolute garbage, so we could go ahead and get one on this of all banners. I'd be a little disappointed, especially with ReZero just around the corner. Really hoping I can save all of my luck for that banner. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do already have the Amelia 6/6, and I definitely have a couple of dupes in the other characters. I know I have a 3/6 Rem, all that kind of stuff, but I'm super, super excited for the release of the Echidna, I believe it's pronounced. I haven't actually gone ahead and watched ReZero, so definitely have the pronunciation on that one wrong. Reinhardt as well looks like a really, really cool character. And the collaborations in general are by far some of the most fun content we have in the game. Sometimes even topping some of the anniversaries, because especially with the character selections they have. Oh look, there's our dupe and barn I believe we needed. Let's go. Yeah, that's the one. I mean, it's not the one and done that I was hoping for, but I will 100% take that. Having him 6 out of 6, that extra 400 CC I think it is. I mean, hey, that's definitely not bad. But honestly, this probably aren't gonna go too bad, especially since you do get the discounted multi on the second one. I'd probably advise everyone at least go to that point, because if you don't end up getting the THONAR, you at least get a couple more stamina pots for the 1 diamond. It's pretty decent value, and with how valuable she's going to be in the activity, I'm sure we're going to see her a whole bunch more throughout up and coming banners, all that kind of stuff. But hey, if you can get a copy of her now, that'll be super, super good. I'm not too sure how many people ended up summoning on the Freya. It was a little disheartening what they did with his character, pretty much forcing you to dump as many gems as you can into the banner to get into 6/6, because with a death ultimate, every single ult level counts so much, it's crazy. I think at 5/6 he has 70% of the ultimate works on the damage works on the death effect, whereas the 6/6 gives you an extra 30%, so all the way up to 100%. That seems absolutely wild to me, but I mean, he's a really, really fun character though. Definitely a really good design. And getting a double SSR, hold on. The SSR rates actually haven't been too bad here, and I will 100% take any Super Awakening coins we can get as well. Not too sure what the THONAR's ultimate is. I haven't heard it's the craziest thing in the world. I was a little disappointed when I looked at her skills, and she has the stance cancel on level 2, just like the Freya. I know there's characters in the game with stance cancel on level 1. Granted, the multipliers are probably a lot weaker. I believe it's Jenna, off the top of my head, might be the only character with that kind of card effect, but nonetheless, surely, I mean, it is a little more bearable now that you have 2 characters that you're kind of building up the stance removals on, and I've seen heaps of people use the Chadwing King whilst doing the event as well. Looks like we're going to be getting a fake out, which is kind of exciting. Oh, right out the gates? Hold on. THONAR? Another barn. Don't get me wrong, I asked for barn, but I don't want to have to be using him for Super Awakening. That is actually devastating. Oh well, there's so many people that would have taken that dupe as well. Or even their first copy. Oh no. This is what happens when you summon on every banner. It gets to the point where you start playing units and you just feel bad because you know how valuable they were at one point. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Ragnarok Barn, still by far one of my favorite characters. You can chuck him on the back on pretty much any team, and just so much value he provides. I'd really like to see us get more backline supports as well, and even more characters like the Ragnarok Barn get stat buffs. I know it's probably not something they're gonna do, they would have done it a whole bunch of times now, especially with the release of the Captain Meliodas. I feel like he was the main one that people were looking for. Could you imagine that, the green counter melee with nowadays unit stats, and there she is. I'm 80% sure? Yeah, that's the right THONAR. Perfect. So at least walking away with a 2/6, which I'm honestly fine with. I probably should have had a look at the ultimate effects anyway. Actually, Why not? We'll go ahead and have an inspection now. Jump over there. It was also going to help out with the box CC a whole bunch. Yeah, look at that. What's the ultimate? Inflicts weak point damage. Yes. I do remember hearing about this. You can't even inflict debuffs on the Skull and Hardy, so it seems like a really weird choice. And yeah, she keeps the other one's costumes as well, which is good. It just means you have to spend less gems, so I'm definitely not complaining there. Head back over to the draw side of things. So what, another 5 summons until we get a 2-6. With how good the SSR rate's been, I definitely think we could maybe get a 3-6. How we looking? Any stars in the sky? No? Anyone? But no, if you guys are summoning on this banner, which if you have the gems, I definitely recommend it. I know we've been on a pretty hot streak of really cool units or must summon units. Once again, we're just talking about the Freya and how they pretty much force you to try and get as many dupes as possible to make them viable. Then we had what was probably the most anticipated festival of all time, Festarossa release, and then a super hype character, the ominous Nebula Zeldris, who wasn't as good as we were all really expecting him or wanting him to be, but nonetheless, a whole bunch of people summoned on him. They made an exclusive unit, which made us even more inclined to summon on him. Now they're making a character which is going to make the by far hardest content in the game a whole lot easier right before a collaboration, so they definitely know how to get the money out of their players, that's for sure. iFlash, could maybe get a victory on the attack here, please? No. Unfortunate. I'm not too sure how this works. Is the THONAR guaranteed to get in the summon? I think she is, so we'll try not to pop off too hard if we get the one THONAR. Or is she at the end? I think she might be given at the end, because we're probably just going to get another loss here. Hey, I am not complaining when they give us these, I think they're the 252 gems you have to spend throughout the whole thing banners, because it ends up being a whole lot cheaper, and some of the units they give you for the 600 gems really just does not feel worth it. But I'm super glad we actually got to see the THONAR animation. Although it is the same as the last one, it's good to actually pull a unit when you're spending gems on them. I know, man. On Dokkan as well, we recently got the worldwide download celebration, and it took me, what, 6 multis to get the 2 new units, the Cooler and the Goku, which I've been waiting for a Cooler for a long time. But here she is, going to get her fully leveled up and going to be trying my chances at Skull and Hardy again. I have not even attempted the second floor since the event actually released, so I'll let you guys know how things go. Definitely look out for one of those in the next coming days. But that just about does it for today's video. Once again, if you guys summoned on the THONAR, wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully you can pull her on the first multi and get out of there. But that just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.